What's up, Drop Pod listeners? You can check out new episodes of the Drop Podcast every Tuesday and Thursday, wherever you listen to podcasts. You can find all of our content on YouTube at the Drop Golf Podcast and on our socials. That's Instagram and Twitter at the Drop_pod. No matter how you consume us, like, subscribe, rate, review, all that good stuff. Follow and listen along.
Today's episode is brought to you by All County Exteriors, your go-to for anything exterior home remodeling. Discover the excellence of All County Exteriors, a third-generation leader in premier exterior home remodeling, proudly celebrating over 40 years of success. While most remodeling companies last just 5 years, All County Exteriors has withstood the test of time, consistently delivering top-quality roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Their expertise extends from small repairs to large additions, serving homeowners and builders alike. More than just a construction company, All County Exteriors is deeply committed to community service, proudly supporting organizations such as the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the American Cancer Society, Roofs for Troops, and Parents of Autistic Children. If you have planned to do any exterior remodeling, call now for an instant 20% off savings on your next project. This is a limited time offer. Call now for a free, no obligation consultation. Just call 732-370-2780 or email them at info@allcountyonline.com. That's 732-370-2780 for All County Exteriors for all your remodeling needs. This is the Drop Podcast where we talk golfing in the Garden State. I'm Mike Poro, and this is Ryan Coulott.
What's up, Drop Pod people? Welcome back. This is episode 122. If you're watching this, we got a little special treat for you. We are here at Galloping Hill in their newly opened, newly renovated indoor simulator. Mike, this is going to be a real treat today.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into it. I can't.
We finally got you a couch. You can sit back.
I know.
Now.
I feel like I'm
up.
relaxing. This is nice. It's not straight up working on my back.
So let's run through the schedule. Yesterday, Monday, February 3rd, right? Nothing came out. You're still in hibernation.
No, but I do, real quick, if you talk about what came out on Sunday, was our little tease about who the interview is on Thursday.
Yeah.
And I think that is a interesting tie-in to the Super Bowl being played on Sunday. So I'm sure the comments I've received about that are quite interesting because there's been a lot of guesses as to who the guest will be on Thursday. So that just makes the week even more special.
Okay. Should we not say who the guest is
No.
Thursday then?
No, you could say it because you can say it. Yeah, we'll get there.
Today, obviously, episode 122. If you're checking us out on YouTube, Mike, wave to the camera. If you're checking us out on YouTube, appreciate it. Subscribe to all our stuff. YouTube's where all our videos live. If you're listening to this, again, hit us with a 5-star rating. We would really appreciate that. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we are out of Ryan's Versus, but we do have a special one.
We do.
Again, we're here at Galloping Hill. We're in the simulator. We're going to try something new. Mike and I, rather than be versus, a Mike verse, a Ryan's verse, a Mike verse Ryan, we're going to team up. And we're playing the final 3 holes at Tidewater, alternate shot, Tidewater Golf Club. It's a Kemper Sports, Galloway's Kemper. We're all kind of tying everything together. So we're going to see how that goes, right? Little alternate shot format, something a little new for us, but let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're gonna have to come up with a tag team name now that we're joining forces. Like we're in the WWE because we're normally mano a mano. So this will be a quite interesting, and I think the audience will really, really like it.
I agree. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Thursday, as Mike said already, we have a big one. We sat down with Ron Jaworski, former Eagles quarterback, former Eagles great quarterback. He owns and operates 8 golf courses in total. 5 are in New Jersey. So we sat down with him at Ramblewood, one of his courses there. It seems to be his home course that he has there. It's got his base is a good call. We sat down with him and had an amazing interview, Mike. I mean, he gave us, he's one of these guys that he's got people pulling him left and right to make sure that, hey, you got to get to this meeting on time and that meeting on time. And he's just like, he goes and he's clicking and he's just focused on what's happening in those. And he was nice enough to give us he said an hour, and we went for more than an hour with him. You know, and we were able to spend all that time with him and just talk to him, and it was really amazing. You tie it in with Thursday is the last Thursday before the Eagles are in the Super Bowl. And he kind of tells you what he thinks of the Eagles in the Super Bowl at the end of the interview, and it's really telling to what he thinks about the Eagles, and what he thinks about his golf game, and what he thinks in general. So really, it was really amazing. Thank you to Jaws for having us. Make sure you stick around and watch that. And then on Friday this week, episode 9, Physical Fitness Friday. Dr. Mike and I, Fortress of Swolitude. We're still rocking and rolling with that.
There you go.
We'll probably.
How many episodes do you think you'll get of that?
I was just. I don't know why I kind of thought you'd ask that. I imagine that we'll test right before the start of posting season, so probably sometime in
maybe
late March,
7-8
early
episodes
April.
left.
Yeah, probably something like that. This is 9. Yeah, well, we'll get more than 15 for sure, and then but he and I got to come up with that plan, and then we'll have him on at some point to kind of talk about the process and what's happening next. But I'll tell you, it feels different. It feels different when we're swinging golf clubs in there. It's a good feeling to be able to be like, wow, that actually looks like a golf swing. So we'll see. We'll see if it translates.
I hope it translates.
Me too.
I hope it translates. I do.
So that's what we got this week. For what we got.
Are you ready for the fast
facts? I'm ready.
Are you ready for this?
You to hit us with the fast facts here.
I think we're going to start with where we're at, and I think obviously you can see the setup for us is rather different to what you and I do, and we are on site at the brand new, much anticipated, the Swing Suite here inside the Learning Center at Galloping Hill Golf Club. Now you see all the things that are being pushed on social media and all the different areas that you come in and you get to experience. This just hits just like so many others, but it's at a golf course. It's not its own little area. It's not in a shopping center where you got to go experience this or that. You can actually come to a golf course, and this facility now simply probably has it all. I mean, you got 18 holes of championship golf. You got 9 holes in terms of a learning center area to play. You got a driving range, and now you got a spot like this.
And the driving range, Mike, it seems like it's heated. It's covered at least for some of them, so it's indoor. Not necessarily indoor, but like covered.
Yeah.
And outdoors. So if you get a nice day in the winter, you can still go outside. You don't have to feel like you're going to be inside. Very, very cool. They got a little short game area outside, it looked like, as well. So
yeah, you find me a public facility that has basically every box checked now that this whole Swing Suite is here. I don't know.
I don't think you're finding one.
Yeah,
I really don't. Especially when you add in this new indoor simulator and all the things that they have going on here. As well as, and Mike, I've never been up here. As well as this, like, the bar area there. Minimum, it's solid. It's really pretty good facilities here, so it's definitely a must. And as you remember, this is on one of my places to get up to for this this summer, and it only is getting the juices a little more.
Yeah, well, you said it driving up here that you wish you could now go play, and I think that kind of ties specifically into this place when you're looking at it, because we hear it all the time. It's very hard to get a tee time. It's very hard to get a tee time, and that's a positive because clearly the itch for people wanting to come experience a spot is there. This is only going to add to it because it just opens up even more doors of being able to experience a spot that a lot of people want to see. And I think to kind of give a little bit of a background of how this came about. In 2020, they, had this kind of a spot as a, more or less of an area to where, you can redo some golf clubs, fitting types things. And then they said, let's convert this. Let's convert this into something that is more of a usable space that people could use it, not only during the summertime or the spring, but a wintertime type thing. And when I walked in here, I was kind of blown away because I think the colors just hit. I think, the artwork just hits. And it's one of those spots that I can just see guys like us that are golf fiends that have the itch sitting here, hanging out, experiencing it. You got the simulator, you got the TVs, you got frankly the couch that we're sitting on. I mean, it's tough to beat.
But Mike, to the point of that, when we got up here, they set us up with a nice table inside the simulator, kind of like the people are going to see on Thursday with Jaworski. We're in there, kind of like when we've been to other simulators. They kind of put us at a table in, very, very nice setup. And we looked around and we go, this is the better view for us.
Yeah,
This
no
is the
doubt.
better spot.
Yeah, 100%.
So it shows that, like, well, that would have been awesome. What they have kind of on the walls behind us, they've designed this nicely. It really is
Versatile.
a versatile spot.
You like
Good word.
that? You like
Yeah, I
that?
do. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
You're a
that.
wordsman. That's
Yeah,
good
listen,
there.
you know, word wizard here. And I think, some of the things that we've experienced at many different spots, okay? Some have TrackMan, some have Top Tracer. This one has Unicore technology. And I know some people may say, like, well, what is that? What is the difference? And more or less, they are both launch monitors that track the ball, all the data. The difference is the high-speed cameras, the infrared sensors, whereas TrackMan uses more radar-like things. So you'd see TrackMan behind the ball. Here with Unicore, it's up above. And it's something different. And I think one of the things that really stood out to me is when I walked in, I kind of felt like I was at TGL. It had my little circle where the ball should be. It made me instantly think of when I watch on Monday and Tuesday nights that I have my own little area, just like they do in that big arena. And I thought that was something unique, because that's the difference, I think, with a lot of these is what can I do maybe a little differently, maybe something unique, but also be able to still have that experience of playing golf in a real way, tracking my data that I so much care about. And again, it works. Yeah, it works.
It really does. It certainly is very cool to see something new. And I'm not a big analytics guy, as you might recall.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's so many of these things. You got TrackMan, you got what's the one that
Top Tracer?
Top Tracer is another one. So this is just another a brother of all of those, really, and they're all doing the same thing, and each facility is picking them for their own individual purposes and use and whatever fits for them. And it doesn't just necessarily have to be TrackMan's the one, the only. Top Tracer does, that's good for some places that have, whatever the reasons they want. This technology, the GS Pro, whatever it's called, is for this facility the best. You're taking price into it as well, but it's the best, the technology plus price for whatever each facility is looking for.
Listen, and no two ways around it. Like I think not only will Galloping Hill probably get even more, people coming to visit, because you not only, again, you have the golf course, but you have this. So I think this is going to be a spot here at the Swing Suite that I'm sure they are going to be jam-packed. If you haven't come up here and you can't get a tee time, here's a great opportunity for you to come experience the whole facility here. Listen, it's a must spot to come visit, to experience, and kind of see this whole thing for yourself.
Yeah, no doubt there. No doubt, Mike.
Everything is happening at Galloping Hill Golf Course in 2025. Where else can you play on 27 holes of golf, practice at a lit and heated driving range, eat and drink all year round at a sports bar, host the wedding of your dreams, and now enjoy one of the only municipally owned golf simulators in the country? The Swing Suite at Galloping Hill uses state-of-the-art Unicore technology that allows you to play any of the greatest courses in the world or use the great technology to work on your game. The newly reopened concession stand serves all of your pub favorites and seasonal beers on tap while you hang out, watch the game, and compete with your friends. Head to learningcenterghgc.com to book your slots now. At the Hill Tavern in the main clubhouse, kids eat free all winter long. The banquet space never shuts down either, hosting over 150 golf outings and over 400 social events per year. Their catering team consistently wins awards each year from the Knot and Wedding Wire. Schedule a tour for your special event at the clubhouse at gallopinghill.com. And to top it all off, Galloping Hill has been chosen for the record 12th time to host the 91st New Jersey Men's Public Links Championship. It's all happening this year at Galloping Hill Golf Course. So as we continue down our laundry list of things before we get into some hot topics, let's kind of talk about our guys on the PGA Tour, our guys on the Korn Ferry Tour. Unfortunately, I'm sure people saw that Max kind of withdrew heading into the fourth round at the AT&T, and fingers crossed, it's nothing serious. It's a hand injury, and if you recall back to when we had him on, he was saying that he was shelved for a little bit because of a wrist injury. Fingers crossed, it's not related.
Yeah, when it was a wrist. Now it's a hand. You got to think those are, closely enough related to think that there could be, at least in the realm of possibility, have some kind of relation. Hopefully they're separate, because you wouldn't want it to continue to linger on and on.
Yeah, and the fact that he's withdrawn on a signature event kind of means it's scary, but it kind of may insinuate that it is a somewhat serious injury, because on a signature event, you're automatically cashing a check, you're automatically gaining points. So for someone like that to kind of bow out,
to say like, I can't go
play
for
one round.
I can't do one round because it's going to make more damage, or it's too painful, or whatever the case is. But signature event, you just got to finish and you're getting a check, even if you're DFL.
Yep.
You're still getting something. So best wishes to Max.
Which kind of leads into this week, which is a big week on the PGA Tour. We talk about the waste management down there in Scottsdale a lot in terms of whether the fans, how they act, what's going on the 16th hole, how crazy that atmosphere is. And when you look at, the tee sheet more or less, or who's playing in the field, Max is listed. Yeah. So it says he's going to play. So hopefully, everything's all right. Chris Gotterup's back in action. So we got two of our New Jersey guys out there playing in Scottsdale, and hopefully, good things ahead for those guys.
Yeah, for sure. That, like we've talked about, keep making cuts, keep grinding through, and that's the important thing. But again, hopefully Max stays. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was, just a stinger, and just like, hey, I'm good on collecting the money. And maybe he just was like, no, I don't need the money today. I don't want the whatever the DFL check is. Yeah.
Max. Listen, I can send you my address, Max.
Maybe it's something like that, and the rest for a day is more important to him than, whatever the payout is.
Well, I think guys like that, ultimately, they have to think long term.
For sure.
They have to think, okay, we're only in January, or now February, I should say, of an early season. Yeah. So it's kind of like, hey, listen, I got to think, I got the Masters. I'm finally playing the Masters. Last thing you want to do is be shelved for not playing that. So guys like Max have to think long term. So, listen, we're hopeful that he's doing well. And then as we kind of venture down to our guys down there at the Korn Ferry Tour, fortunately, James did miss a cut again. You're hopeful that he starts a piece of puzzle together, but he did not make it. Obviously, we're recording. Ryan's still looking at potentially a T25. Hopefully, he sneaks inside the top 20. But it's nice to see him starting his season off down there on a positive note. He knows those golf courses well. He's been down there for quite a while.
For sure.
So in this little Central America tour that they're on down there in the Korn Ferry Tour, this week they're in Colombia. They're both back in action. So it's hopeful that Ryan continues his trend. James gets on the wagon a little bit and starts his season on a positive.
We kind of talked about that with Ryan's been through it already. He knows what to expect. He knows the golf courses. He knows that, hey, this is, you got to get your flight at this time because you get in at this time. James is still getting used to all that kind of stuff. And those might seem like small, unimportant things, but you add up all these little things that are not necessarily golf related. It's going to take some time to get used to, and hopefully that's just it. He's got the game for it.
No doubt.
So it's just knocking off those kind of things and learning to get past those kind of things.
I think I'm going to make a bold prediction with James Nicklaus.
Okay, what do you got for me?
And I think he's going to be one of those guys that I think once it clicks big. It's not like I think where it's like a top 20 and a top 20 and a top 20 and just compiles points that way. I think James Nicklaus hits it and hits it hard. I think when he breaks through, it's going to be a top 3. It's going to be a top 5. It's going to be a win. I think he's going to do something to the extreme of when that golf game clicks, it really clicks, and he does some big time damage. That's my little prediction on him.
You have never had a better take. Because I totally agree with you.
Well,
I think that's going to be it.
That's rare. That's rare that you agree with me, and I'll quite simply take that one. So listen, they're back in action down there in Colombia. So hopefully, they get it going.
Yeah.
So we got one big thing I want to kind of tease here before we get chatting here is our March Madness. Mm-hmm. It's always been a big thing for us. is how can we incorporate the college basketball that everybody watches, everybody makes their predictions. You got the 12 over the 5, the 11 over the 6, the whole 9. And ours is different. But it's been something that I know because I stare at all the numbers and I'm on the socials all the time that the audience truly loves. So our March Madness tease this year is again, the Golfing in the Garden State edition is we're going to do what we compiled, our list of top publics and privates looking to play in 2025. And we're going to put our little list together. We're going to, obviously, if there's duplicates, it'll just be on there one time. And we will mix and match them together. Yeah. And now I know the audience may say, well, that's not fair. You're going to put this course against that course. But here's why I think it is fair. And I kind of explained it to you on the ride up is every course has a different following on socials. It's not driven by what is the best course. It's not driven by what has the best pro management, things like that. It's strictly based off what the audience and what the followers think is better. Yeah. And so we're going to put these all together. We're going to make our little list. And then our goal is, like we've been year 1 and year 2 and year 3 now, is to go experience and go play that and then kind of recap what that actual facility is like, pending we get the opportunity to play if it is a private spot.
Yeah. Hopefully people have been very generous, very great to us about letting them out and getting us out. You'd hope that would be nice, but you know what? If not, we'll, like Bill Belichick, next one up, next guy up there. And we can get there. As far as, mixing and matching, chances are, yes, I wanted to get on Baltusrol. You wanted to get on Bayonne. Probably a good chance those are going to be, the finals, right? Because those are the 2 top courses in New Jersey. But as you said, it's all about who shows up. And if a course or if a group of people from a course can show out for their course, upsets will happen. And so that's why we think this is going to be a good test of what's going on.
Yeah, and I think ultimately it's not what is the best course, right? We're not saying like, oh, we're going to rank these and that's who wins, because I know that some of the private courses don't put a big emphasis on social media and they know that their product kind of speaks for themselves and they don't need to maybe want to go and do that. Sure. Or maybe they don't care about the social side. Whereas I know other venues and other facilities are like, let's get it out there. Let's push our stuff. We got great things. So it's going to be a very interesting thing. And I think it's going to be one of those where I think more upsets will happen from a public side than a private side. And I sure as hell won't be surprised if it is a public golf course that wins in 2025, because I think, and I know I've said this on repeat so many times, I just think that from top to bottom, we have such good golf here, whether it's private or whether it's public, that it's not going to really be an upset. Maybe in terms of a name, maybe in terms of the name, it might be an upset. But in terms of a quality golf course, I think the list that you and I are going to put together is going to be second to none.
No doubt, Mike. It's really going to be, we've talked many times about how good our golf is here. It's why we started this. It's why we talk about it all the time. Top to bottom, it's terrific. Yeah. So yeah, there's no doubt. But that's kind of the, we've kind of changed it now 3 years in a row. And this is what we're going to go with this year.
And let's make sure we preface this because I know you get angry when the social media comments get thrown at us like this, and I kind of take them in laughing matter, but it's spots we're looking to play in 2025 that we have not experienced yet. Yeah. So before I get the DMs and before I get the texts and the comments about why is this spot not there, it's a spot we haven't played that we're looking to play.
Correct.
I know you get angry with that.
It's not angry. It's
because here's the thing: we've got to recognize.
Not everybody listens Not everybody listens to the podcast, correct, right? So then when we put out the clips on social, we don't have that little caveat
disclaimer.
With it.
There's no disclaimer. Yeah.
And then
which I like. Purposely done.
It gives yourself a lot more work to do. Is what it does.
Fair right. Ain't that accurate? That is accurate. But it is fun because for a guy like me, when the disclaimer doesn't go out, it opens up the door for us to invite a new listener in or someone new to follow the account, or to introduce ourselves to someone that just sees the clip because the clip goes off and we're able to, I like it.
interact.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Mike, I need to apologize to you right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this is an episode for the ages. I mean, I know our friend Dan Hicks says that a lot, but my oh my, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if we had an epiphany on the ride up here. But
no, not an epiphany. It is how we are situated here, right? You're kind of looking at me, the camera, your computer. I have a great big TV that I am staring at. And do you know Rory and Shane Lowry are playing in the same final group together with Sepp Straka?
Well, now I do. So maybe turn over and look at
it. It is very distracting.
Well, listen, that's a good thing to have.
It's very distracting.
Reason that you need to come see this.
To not watch them play at Pebble. It really is. I mean, you come here on a day for some golf. You can hit golf balls and watch. TV's huge. It's very clear. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I didn't listen to anything you just said. I've been watching golf. You ready to start the podcast yet, or what?
No, we're into the podcast. So that'll be starting early March, probably right around March Madness. That goes off. This will be kind of piggybacking that in our own little version of it. So
yeah. All right.
What do you got? I see. Obviously, last week I can't lie. The top 10 segment last week that I threw at you was well received. Whether it was TikTok, Instagram, people were arguing. A couple of people weren't happy with you. I don't know. Again, I know you don't read all the comments, but I'm going to share with some people. Once they saw that you put PXG number 5, I got comments that they stopped listening. They didn't like that. How do you not have PXG 5? They thought it should be higher. Okay. They also could not believe you put Mizuno at 10. How is Mizuno behind certain spots? Even if you know nothing about it, they weren't happy with the Mizuno one. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you want to respond to that, but I said in your defense, okay, that when you don't know the names of the brands that I'm sharing, it's kind of an unknown, and it's not going to be a perfect list. But you were very, very happy with the list.
I really was. I thought it was a successful first attempt. Yeah. I will say this. I felt good. And I defended myself to some of my, people who I know directly that reached out to me, not even through DM, that they just, friends of mine that listen, and then how do you put Mizuno there? I don't know anything.
Would you do it again? If you did
I would, because I think I'm justified in, I don't know anything about Mizuno clubs. I've never swung them. I don't know how much they cost. I know that there's some pros that play them. But I don't know anything about it, and I don't feel like I can put a set of clubs somewhere else that I legitimately know zero about. I would flip it with maybe Cobra, because I do know that Mizunos are better than Cobras. Would be my guess. But again, don't know anything about either of those two, which is why I put them 9 and 10.
If I believe I understand it correctly, I think Tony Finau, he plays Ping. Ricky Fowler's a big Cobra guy.
Yeah. I don't love the color scheme there of Ricky Fowler.
You're set on that
and
color.
I like Ricky, but I don't like
color scheme.
I'm not a big orange guy.
So listen,
but that's I feel pretty solid in that justification of how can you rate something? That's like saying, what's the best chicken parm you've ever had? Oh, the best chicken parm's at this place. Have you ever had it? No. So how can you rate it that it's better than another place? So that's kind of how I feel about that. I don't feel too bad. I think that's a solid justification, and if people don't like it, I can understand it, because again, I know that they have a solid reputation. I don't know, not swinging it, not hitting it, I don't know enough about it to have put it above something that I do know a little bit more about. I guess is my point.
Well, it was well received, and I I had to defend you a couple times.
Appreciate it.
But
speaking of which, is a Mizuho commercial.
Yeah, that's for over there at Liberty National. So what do you got this week?
So you did the top 10 last week. So we said we'll kind of switch on and off with that. So I put together a top 10 list here, and I'm gonna change my seating location here so I can stare at you, so you don't cheat looking at the phone here.
So am I ranking these in 1 through 10?
You're blind draw. Okay. Same thing as last week. You're gonna go.
So now I need to sit up here, because now I need to put my thinking cap on, and now I need to dissect a few things here.
So yeah, if you want to
Yeah,
start
I'm
putting
gonna
together,
put a little list here.
yeah,
Actually, maybe I'll just do it on my phone.
you can do it on the computer.
No, I'm okay. All right. So listen, I got to come up
So
with my list.
just like last week,
Okay.
this is a blind draw for you. I have an order of things that I'm
what?
going to give you. Right, I'm going to give you the list. I'm going to say one thing, and you're going to put it in slot 1 through 10 on what your order of importance is on that specific item. Okay? And then we'll see what your list comes out with at the end.
Specific item.
I haven't told you I haven't told you it yet.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to be the most important piece of golf equipment.
Most important piece of golf equipment. Okay.
All right.
Yep.
And I say golf equipment. It could be, you know what? Equipment's not necessarily the right word. Golf accoutrement.
Don't know what that means.
Just means anything golf related. Could be stuff in the bag. It could be stuff on your body. It could be, it's really anything that's golf related, but it is more so
very
equipment.
General.
I think you'll see where I'm going.
Okay.
Like I just don't have the right title for it, but I think you'll see.
Okay.
I did have Chris. We're equipment. Is that the right way to describe? Accoutrent's a good one, right? Okay.
When did your vocabulary get so strong? Where did you come up with that word? You haven't said that word
I have the best words. Nobody's got better words than I do.
We've been done this 122 straight weeks.
I've never heard you say.
No, never heard you say that word. 122 episodes.
It's never come about.
I can't wait to see what this list is.
Okay, here you go. So your golf accoutrement. First one I'm giving you. Vest or Q-zip?
I'm saying 9 because there's got to be something worse than that.
Okay.
9.
Next one. Golf towel.
Somewhat important. I'm saying 4.
Okay. Number 3. Driver.
A man's best friend. It's got to be number 1.
Okay. You're better at this than I am. Last week I did a lot more thinking. You're more assertive.
Very just boom. There's no decision. It's very quick. I know what I know. I like what I like.
Next one. Hat, sunglasses, sunscreen.
Sunscreen's important because this nose gets burnt. I guess I still think there's got to be something worse. I'm saying 8.
Okay. And as you see, they're kind of like, I kind of grouped them a little bit there.
I see where you're going.
Okay.
You're a variety.
Next one, woods / hybrids.
Not nearly that important. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say 5.
Okay. Next one. Golf shoes.
Yeah, I like my golf shoes. I could wear sneakers if I didn't have them because it's still somewhat comfortable. But if it's raining and wet out, I'm kind of confused. I want to leave my 2 and 3 spots open, but I do think that the shoe. I'm going to say the shoes are number 3. I am. I think they're more important than the towel, more important than the woods. Gotta have the traction. I'm saying 3.
Okay. Irons. Now let me not iron covers, which I know you're a big fan of.
That would be 12.
Where does your set of irons?
Well, are you the way you group the woods and the hybrids together? Are you grouping wedges and irons together, or no? Because like a wedge is technically an iron, but if you're not clumping them together, then they're not as important to me. Do you get what I'm saying?
I do. I don't have wedges on this list, so you can go irons and wedges.
Okay, so if we're gonna say irons and wedges are important to me, very important. So I'm putting that number 2.
Okay.
I hope there's some bad things coming up now.
Golf bag.
I mean, listen, it's kind of like whatever. I mean, I'm gonna put that at 7. So I got 6 and 10 left.
Yeah, there should be 2 left.
Yep.
6 and 10.
Yep. That's what I got open here.
Okay.
Give me something good here.
Putter.
Well, listen, we have a love-hate relationship, me and that putter. We have a love-hate relationship. And there's times where I probably could putt better with a wedge or a hybrid than I would that thing. So you know what? I'm putting the putter at 10, because we just have that love-hate relationship. I'm putting it at 10.
Okay.
If I loved it, it would go 1. But I think that's been one of the themes of Mike Pora's golf game.
I'll tell you what, maybe if you treated it better, didn't give it a ranking of 10,
it's 10.
Maybe it would love
If
you
it wants
more.
to get higher, maybe more putts need to drop. Okay? It's not the stroke. It's the putter.
And the last one.
That's going 6, whatever it is.
Okay. Tees, ball marker, divot tool, club cleaner.
I kind of like that. I can put that at number 6. I can
Okay.
roll with that. I mean, listen, what a list. Driver 1, irons/wedges 2, shoes 3, towel 4, hybrid/woods 5, tees/accessories 6. 7 was, I put golf, but that can't be right. 8? What was the last thing you said?
Keep going. What'd you go for 8?
8 was hat, 9 was vest, 10 was putter. What am I missing?
Bag.
Oh, golf bag, right?
Yeah.
I didn't put it. So let me say it again. 1 was driver, 2 was irons/wedges, 3 is shoes, 4 was towel, 5 is hybrid/wood, 6 is tees/accessories, 7's the golf bag, 8's the hat, 9 is the vest, and 10 is everybody's arch nemesis, the putter. What a list. What a list. I mean, listen, let the big dog eat is at number 1.
Yep.
And the thing that we all some days like and some days not is number 10. I like that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Do you feel confident in your list?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I can't wait to people comment on this now that I'm responding to those comments. Yeah, I mean, why? Do you not like that list?
No, I think it's pretty good actually. I kind of grouped it where I did like the hat, and it wasn't the hat as the accessory.
Mm-hmm.
It was the hat as the vehicle to protect your face from the sun.
Right, which matters to me.
Sunscreen and sunglasses. So I know that
Especially
like,
this face is beautiful. The last thing we want to do is kind of mess that thing up. So sunscreen is important, people.
So something a little different, like, that's what I mean. Like I didn't know necessarily golf equipment being the right word because some of them had different reasonings for them.
No, listen, that's a good list. I like that. I'll be interested to see what the take is on social media when I put this out. But yeah, listen, I'll have to put together a new one for next week.
Yeah.
But I kind of like this idea of throwing things out there that are kind of outside the box type things.
Yeah,
so
for
that was
sure.
pretty good. That was good. Nice job.
I appreciate it.
So,
I had asked Chris before we started. Hey,
What-
I need some validation.
Was there one out that you took out?
No. This is the list I had made.
Gotcha.
You gave me last week's assignment. So
Mhm.
we finished recording last week.
You weren't
And I sat in my chair for another, 20 minutes or whatever. And that's what I did. And I was like, okay, let me make this list. Right. I came back to it midweek to look at it, see if I'm forgetting anything. And I said, no, I feel good about it. The one I was going to put in were golf balls.
Mhm.
And I was like, no, that's going to be the ace in the hole that maybe you're thinking
It is.
about. Like, is that
Yeah.
coming in?
Yeah.
So then I just, nobody else looked at it. I just wanted some validation and I thought it was pretty good.
Very good. Very good. I like that. So that's good.
Okay. You got anything else for this week?
I
here?
don't. I'm excited for this week. I'll reiterate it that if you are looking to do something golf related this winter, you've got to come out, check out the swing suite up here at Galloping Hill. It is a spot that is unique. The facility is second to none. You've got to come experience this spot.
Really, really cool spot. Again, the swing suite here, which we're sitting in, which we're experiencing, watching golf, playing golf. Couch is comfortable. You got a good indoor situation set up right here.
Mm-hmm.
You can attest more to the golf course, but you look around here and it's golfer's paradise in the middle of New Jersey, right off the Parkway.
Yeah.
So, really good spot and a must hit. It's just an absolute must, and I can't wait to get back here.
Sounds good to me.
All right. That's it for Mike and I this week. Stay tuned for Thursday's episode where we have Ron Jaworski on. Again, former Eagles great quarterback. Eagles are playing in the Super Bowl. I think sometimes things line up pretty nicely for us, and that seems to have worked out in our favor there.
Indeed, it does.
So we'll see you Thursday. Till then, cheers.